What's happening, party people? This is your daily morning motivational message. It is Thriving Thursday. I certainly hope that you're off to a great start. We are at the halfway point, just past it for the month of April, second quarter of 2026. May your goals and dreams be ever present at the forefront of your mind, your heart, and your actions. May they be in alignment. The reason we do daily morning motivational messages is because we need it every day. Even on those days when we are barely able to get through the day, barely able to get up out the bed. A good word can go a long way. And so I do appreciate the grace that was given for the day that I had to miss, but we were back in full effect. And I want to talk to you about just the power of persistence. Persistence breaks resistance. Your ability to show up each and every day, doing the work that you know needs to be done, regardless of how you may feel about it. If it's boring, if it's repetitious, if it's monotonous, you're in a good space. It tells me that you're doing the daily disciplines that reap multiple rewards. It's not always going to be fun and sexy and exciting and new. Very often, the very success that we respect and admire in others comes from the drudge work, the trench work, the everyday, the things that are boring and monotonous, and you're just like, again, I got to do it again, repetitive. Well, that's where it is. It's the ability to pick up the phone and make the calls every day. It's the ability to have those important, crucial conversations every day. It's the ability to reach out to potential clients every day. It's the ability to market and promote the things that you are bringing to the world every day. If you work on a job, there's certain aspects of your job that are monotonous. You might have an exciting job, but there are certain principles and tenets of that job that require repetition, consistency, and persistence. And what happens with most people is they get excited about something that can lead to transformation. And when they first start, it's awesome. It's like when you first start working out, your body's like responding in ways that it never has. You've discovered muscles you didn't know were there. And you're like, man, I really did something. This is kind of cool. And the gym looks brand new because you ain't never been inside of it. And you're working out and you're sweating and you're like, wow, I have superpowers. This is awesome. Well, by the third or fourth month, that stuff wears off. It ain't so sexy anymore. You don't necessarily feel like going to the gym every day. You don't necessarily feel like eating the right foods every day. And all of a sudden, you start finding other things, shiny object syndrome, that are more interesting and entertaining than going to the gym and doing what you know you need to do, even though you've done it many, many days before. And that's the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who continue to go up and down like a roller coaster, fluctuating. Today they're hot, tomorrow they're cold. Today they're in the zone, tomorrow they're not. They're transforming their lives today. They fall back tomorrow. And you have to understand, the way human beings are wired, we are wired to look for an easy way out. We're wired to look for something for nothing. We're wired to quit when things get challenging and or difficult. That's just the way human nature is. I don't know why. There are biological reasons why, in terms of what safety and security and all of that, and nestling into our comfort zone. But you have to be aware of all these elements, because your ability to persist in spite of how you feel, to take the right activity in spite of how you feel, to do the actions that you can measure. Because number one, you cannot improve what you do not measure. If you don't know your numbers, you cannot grow your numbers. And the reason people don't track is because they easily get off track. They're anticipating before even engaging that they're going to get off track. That's why they don't take the time to write their numbers down. Because when you write it down in black and white, it creates accountability. It creates vulnerability. It creates extreme, rigorous honesty, because you can't hide from the numbers. So if you write down, I did not make any phone calls yesterday or the day before, that is called a tell. It tells us that you are not consistent. It tells us that you are not persistent. It tells us that you are lazy. It tells us that you are good at making excuses. It tells us that you are looking for a way to quit. It tells us that you are looking for a way out. It tells us that you have given in to that voice of comfort and excuses, and you've taken that voice instead of maintaining what is most important, your goals and your dreams, and being in alignment with the actions that are going to get you to that fulfillment. So, ladies and gentlemen, persistence breaks resistance. It's your ability to show up in spite of your feeling and desire not to show up. It's your ability to persist even though you don't feel like it. People get all caught up in their feelings. Remember, stay out of your feelings. There is no money or productivity in there. There's a time and a place for feeling. I want you to feel good at the end of the day when you have kept your word and you've maintained your commitment to your commitment. I want you to feel good when you look back on the number of phone calls that you made, the number of conversations that you started, the number of people that you shared your services with. I want you to feel good about showing up and putting forth your best effort when you least, felt like it. You didn't feel like it. You showed up anyway. I want you to feel good when you can stack up those days, day after day, week after week, month after month. I want you to feel good when the fruit of your labor and persistence shows up in your bank account. And then you can bless people with what's in your bank account because you did the right things. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about doing it when you feel like it. That's easy. It's not about doing it when everything is going your way. That's easy. It's not about doing it when, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's like lining up the ducks. It's just like taking candy from a baby. It's about doing it when it's hard, doing it when people are not showing up, doing it when nobody's answering the phone, doing it when people are telling you they're not interested, doing it when you can't seem to catch a win. It's about doing the hard things. And it's not really hard. It's just hard that you have to confront yourself, that you have to have discipline on yourself. You have to weather the storms yourself. You have to make those decisions yourself. That's the hard part. But when you make that commitment and you keep your commitment to your commitment, you're now giving yourself an opportunity to win. And you can't tell, you won't know this 30 days out, 90 days out. I'm talking about being persistent and staying locked in for 12 months. 12 months. The year is going to come and go anyway. Let's find out what you're made of. Let's find out how bad you really want to have this transformation in your life, how bad you want to be successful. People talk a good game, and anybody can talk a good game for a couple of days. Anybody can get hyped up and excited for a couple of days, for a couple of weeks. But can you be fired up and excited for 12 months for your goals and your dreams? Can you take the daily disciplines that reap multiple rewards and put them to work for you every single day for 12 months? If you do that, now you got something. Now you have an opportunity to create some transformation in your life. So I want to invite you to level up. I want to invite you to engage in persistence. I want to invite you to take a look at your day as we move forward and do those things that maybe you've been sleeping on. Engage in those activities that you've been not consistent in, and make a decision, and then make the commitment and keep your commitment to your commitment. Thanks for tuning in. Have an awesome and amazing day. If you got some value, like and subscribe, and go ahead and pass this video on because it's a blessing to be a blessing.